at don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Low snap, quarterback run up the middle.
Yeah!
He's not going to make it.
This is Michigan football from Learfield.
A legendary fall lineup is set at Motor City Casino Soundboard. Get up close and personal with Kindred the Family Soul on November 2nd. Savor the smooth sounds of Boney James and his signature saxophone November 12th. Then lighten the mood with comedian D. Ray Davis November 15th. Only at Motor City Casino Soundboard. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com today.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor, official partner of Michigan Athletics. Whether you're tailgating or headed to the big house, Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor has the perfect vehicle for every fan. New or pre-owned, our team has a large inventory of vehicles ready for you today. And a special offer for Wolverine fans, receive a $1,000 discount and 3 years of maintenance on any new Lexus purchase when you mention this ad. Stop by Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor or get started at LexusofAnnArbor.com.
John Jansen, Jason Avant down on the field. Michigan leading it 3-0 here in the early going. Wolverines have to be a little disappointed they couldn't capitalize on a touchdown, having it 1st and goal from the 6 following the turnover. Defensively, look, Aiden Childs has had turnover problems. He had one in the hands of Jair Hill that he couldn't secure, and another one he fumbled.
Yeah, and I mean, they had 9 fumbles, not all from Aiden Childs. 9 fumbles as a team coming into this game, now 10. That's over a fumble a game. You're not going to win a lot of games that way.
Here comes Sunderland, puts his right foot into it, and it will sail into the end zone to our right. And the Spartans will again take over at the 25-yard line.
So I would fully expect Michigan State to go right back to that opening script that they had. They only ran 3 plays. Oh, the official just took a shot.
Get up, big fella.
Yeah. Anyway, it just...
Spartan was running off the field, and the official was in his way, and he kind of...
Yeah.
Ran into him.
KO'd
knocked him
but
down.
You got to be a better athlete, John.
Yeah, I agree. Take a hit. But yeah, I do think that this equates to the same thing. It's still their opening drive.
Spartans have it on the 25 with 2 receivers split to the left. Now they bring one in motion, snap, and a handoff running right for the Spartans is Frazier, and he gets it out to the 27, a gain of 2 on 1st down. And Oetta leading the Michigan tacklers.
And they want to do the same thing with Aiden Childs. They're running a lot of read option. He's reading TJ Guy on that play. He ends up handing it off, but TJ did a nice job of staying backside, discipline. His eyes never left Aiden Childs. That's going to be a very big key of this game, is whether it's TJ Guy, Derek Moore, even Jay Shaw Barham when he's on the edge. Got to have your eyes on Aiden Childs.
Childs now up under center on the 2nd down and 8. Now he'll shift everybody out wide and drop into a shotgun, empty backfield. 5 receivers as Childs barks some commands, now takes the snap, back to pass, over the middle, delivers, incomplete. Looking for a wide receiver. Spartans want a flag, they're not going to get it. Ernest Hausman in coverage there on Rodney Bullard. It'll be 3rd and long for MSU.
Yeah, I got a little handsy on that one. I could see why they wanted to call it, to take a look and see if it was inadvertent, 2 guys running into each other, but hey, whatever it takes. It's 3rd and long right now, so I would look for Wink to be bringing some blitzes on some of these 3rd and long situations.
Yeah, that was a jerk route. You go up and stop, and you get the linebacker to stop his feet, and you keep going. And the only thing he could do was grab. They missed that call. That's good for us, though.
3rd down and 8 for the Spartans. Wolverines showing a 5-man front here. Childs in a shotgun. Takes the snap, back to pass. Looking, delivers near sideline, and he's got a receiver. Nope. Did he catch it? Or they're saying, official saying yes. Wolverines are saying no, and now another official comes in and says that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he was bobbling that ball clearly out of bounds.
Amari Kelly was the intended receiver. It's a definitive call from the back judge. Brandon Hillman was the man in coverage there.
Well, if they're going to take another look at it, we'll get a good view here. But, yeah, that ball is not secured. It hits the ground. It's clearly an incomplete pass.
On to punt for the Spartans is Ryan Eckley. Interesting stat. He leads the Big Ten at 51.3 yards per punt. But MSU's team net punting is 38.8. And we get a whistle and a flag. The Wolverines have too many men on the field.
Delay game. Offense.
Nope.
5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
There we go.
Anyway, 51.3 yards per punt, but net punting 16th in the Big Ten, 38.8. And it says something about maybe out-kicking your coverage a little bit there.
Or just poor coverage. And I asked JB 2 weeks ago, hey, when is, whether it's Andrew Marsh in the kick return or Samaj in punt return, they're ready to break a big one. And he said any day now.
Samaj standing on his own 28-yard line, and we get another whistle and another flag, and the Spartans have a false start.
Boy, you would think they were playing on the road.
False start. Offense, number 32. 5-yard penalty. Fourth down.
That makes it 4th and 18, which is completely irrelevant.
Michigan's bouncing around a lot on defense. They're not doing anything that you don't normally see, trying to simulate a snap or anything. It's just Michigan State not being very disciplined.
Samaj Morgan now standing on his own 34-yard line to field this punt from Eckley. 3-0 Michigan here, just underway in East Lansing. And Eckley puts his right foot into it, and Samaj will back up and field it. This is returnable. Will run to his left. Can he get the corner? He breaks one tackle, now cuts back, tries to spin out of a second tackle, but can't. And the Spartans, that time, good coverage. Michigan will take over on their own 32-yard line.
But still pretty good field position. Getting the ball to your own 32, forcing Michigan State to punt the ball. You know, I mean, you mentioned how effective they've been on some of those opening drives. If you can force them a little bit deeper into their playbook, trying to find something that's going to work, Michigan's defense has been very aggressive to this point.
Wolverines with the football, their second possession of the game. Continuing in the backfield is Justice Haynes, this time a pistol formation behind Bryce Underwood. Two receivers split wide to the right. That's Marsh in the slot, McCulley out wide. One receiver left. Snap and fake handoff rolling out. Bryce to the right. It's going to deliver downfield. Andrew Marsh has it at the 50. Goes to the air. Brings it down and drops at the Spartan 46-yard line. Wow, this kid is just making plays for them. Boy, he's coming on at the right time, isn't he, John?
He certainly is. And obviously we want to have the better Marsh tonight.
22 yards on first down. Wolverines to the line of scrimmage quickly. Snap. And Bryce is going to pull it out of there, look downfield, deliver deep downfield, and incomplete. Looking for Donovan McCulley. Got held up a little bit there by Joshua Eaton. No flag. It'll be second down from the Spartans 46.
That pass that Andrew Marsh just caught, they work on that drill every single day. It's not, I mean, if he hits him in stride, he's gone. But that ball is a little bit high and a little bit over his inside shoulder. They work on that every single day. It's one of the first drills that they do, and Andrew Marsh doing what he practices.
Jamar Browder now in for the first time. He split out wide right. Another one of those freshman wide receivers. Snap, handoff, Justice Haynes running right, and he gets it inside the 45 down to the 44. It'll be third down. Does it look like Justice might be running a little gingerly?
Well, it seems like it, but there just wasn't much to gain in the middle there. I'd like to see them get him out on the edge a little bit more, use that speed that he has, and I have no problem with him going for a home run shot on first down there, but this is what happens. You go for a home run shot, and you don't complete it, now all of a sudden you're behind the sticks. They're looking at 3rd and 8.
They got to get it across the Spartans' 36-yard line on this 3rd down and 8. Underwood surveys the Spartan defense. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. Now they back out of there as he takes the snap. He'll bail out of there to his right. He's in trouble back at his own 40. Gonna fire, and it's too tall for his intended receiver, Donovan McCulley. Batted around and falls incomplete. And it looks like Michigan will be forced to punt.
Yeah, and I think he got out of that pocket just a little bit too quick. I know he saw the twist that they ran on the right side there, but it was well picked up, well blocked. That's one. I've talked about Aiden Childs getting out of the pocket too early. Bryce has to trust the protection, sit in there, read the defense, and deliver. If there's nothing there, escape. But if they're bringing that game from the right side, that's not the side that you want to escape to. You want to be able to try and escape the other way.
Hudson Hollenbach has put 7 inside the 20 this year. Attempting to do that here. As he gets the punt off inside the 5, it hits the ground and rolls into the end zone. The Spartans will take over at the 20-yard line. Needs to be a little bit higher than that, huh? That was a line drive.
It was.
That's
and
not
those
gonna
line
check
drives,
out.
when they hit, they're just going to roll forward.
Spartans will have it from the 20. Michigan leading 3-0, 7:40 to go. First quarter. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Hey, Wolverines, ready to one-up your rivals off the field? Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. By showing up to donate blood, you can help your school win $1 million for student or community health. Score a limited edition home field design Michigan t-shirt. And most importantly, save lives. Go to bigten.org/Abbott to find a donation location and put Michigan in the lead. That's bigten.org/Abbott.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, exclusive freight partner of Michigan Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Here's Charles Woodson, Michigan legend.
As a young man, I gave my all to the Wolverines, making history, earning a Heisman Trophy, and now I'm back. Introducing Woodson Whiskey, the first spirit sponsor in school history, crafted with the same passion and excellence that defined my career. Woodson Bourbon Whiskey, where legacy meets excellence. Go blue and go Woodson Whiskey. Cheers, and please drink responsibly.
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com for Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com. Today's broadcast is presented by Meijer, presenting sponsor of the 2025 Michigan football season and proud supporter of hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Another chapter of the Michigan State rivalry is upon us. Let's return to East Lansing for more of the action.
Michigan football sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Whole health includes body and mind, and Blue Cross covers it all. From mental health resources to exercise routines, Blue Cross is ready to help. Learn more at bcbsm.com. Well, the Spartans wanted a fast start. They did not get that. They have yet to get a first down in their first two possessions. Michigan capitalized on an Aiden Childs fumble, got 3 points out of it. They lead at 3-0 here midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, and to this point, they've only had three plays and a fumble, 3 plays, a lot of penalties when the punt team was out there, but minus 8 yards on their last drive.
Meanwhile, the Wolverines now back-to-back weeks. Better starts defensively from Wink Martindale's crew. From a shotgun, Childs delivers, and it's batted in the air behind Nick Marsh, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. That was dangerous as a couple of Wolverines were around the football.
Well, that ball is just beating up Shug Hill.
Yeah.
Jason, I know you're laughing a little bit. It's, I mean, that one, all right, that one surprised him, right? He's making a play on the ball.
He's going to get one now.
Yeah,
he's going to get one.
Exactly.
Second down and 10, ball on the right hash here for the Spartans. They got 3 wide receivers. They continue with Frazier in the backfield. He's off the right hip of Aiden Childs. Childs takes a snap, back to pass, tries to let it go down the right sideline and delivers incomplete. Ooh, good coverage there from Jair Hill in phase with Nick Marsh, stride for stride. It'll be 3rd and long for MSU.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Jason, could you see, I don't know where you're at on the sideline there. It didn't even look like Nick Marsh was looking back for that ball.
No, he wasn't. He was covered. That was a great job by Jair Hill. I don't think that Nick Marsh expected the quarterback to throw the ball because he didn't get open. So that was one of those where he wasn't anticipating it.
Yeah, because I thought if he was going to look back, Jair would have looked back at some point, but neither of them thought the ball was coming their way. 3rd
down and 10 for MSU. They're 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far tonight. Back to pass at Childs. Here comes the Wolverines rush. He flushed out of there to the right. Now will deliver for Marsh. Incomplete. Incomplete, and it's another 3 and out for MSU. Wow. Is that Jaden Mangum out there in coverage?
Jaden Mangum in coverage, obviously coming back to where he started his college football career, but it was good pressure on the quarterback. At that time, it was applied by J. Sean Barham.
You hate to punt when you have the ball in positive territory. Sharon Moore chose to, and the defense rewarded him with a 3-and-out. Michigan will get the football back. Eckley standing on his own 5. Samaj on his own 30 to field this Spartan punt. As Eckley puts his right foot into it, this one is a low-line drive. Samaj telling everybody to get away from it, and it'll take a bounce to the left and stop at the Michigan 37-yard line. And that's where the Wolverines will take over for their third possession of the ball game, 43 yards on the punt.
Now, this is a Michigan State defense that has given up over 130 yards on the ground in every game that they've played. That's their average. Michigan needs to get back to, I'm fine with them taking some shots. They haven't been able to connect on some of them other than the one to Andrew Marsh. Pick up a couple of first downs, start controlling the line of scrimmage, then you can throw in some play-action passes, then you can throw in a couple of those shots down the field. But I think this is really important that they start to set the tone that that line of scrimmage belongs to Michigan.
Jordan Marshall went for 133 yards last week on the ground. He is in there now, a pistol formation behind Bryce Underwood. Snap, and Marshall will carry it, running left. He's met in the hole, gets what he can as he dives forward to the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 on first down.
I don't know what happened to Kripp on that one, but he ended up about 3 yards back in the backfield, and that's where Jordan Marshall kind of had to bubble around, wasn't able to hit his landmark.
3-0 Michigan here, 6:53 to go, running clock first quarter. Wolverines with the football, 2nd down and 7. Bryce Underwood in a shotgun, takes the snap. Back to pass, looking downfield, will deliver far side. Going up for it is Donovan McCulley. Flag flies in. Spartans are going to get a PI here at around the 40-yard line.
Talk about acting school right there. That was a great job by Donovan McCulley.
Yeah, and I mean, all he did was he jumped up, turned around.
Pass interference, defense, number 14, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And Malcolm Bell ran right into him.
Yeah, no, it was definitely pass interference, but he looked like Patrick Beverly out there. Falling on the floor.
Hey, you do what you got to do to sell it.
Malcolm Bell, the offender. They put the football at the Spartans' 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Michigan. Their third possession, their third trip into Spartan territory. They started one drive in MSU territory following the Childs fumble. Bryce takes the snap. They go reverse to Samaj Morgan. Out there leading the way is Jordan Marshall. He gets his block, and Samaj takes it inside the 40 down to the 39, a gain of 6. They'll take that on first down.
Well, I like the fact that they brought Andrew Marsh in motion, and with the speed that he has, the defense has to honor that, thinking that maybe he might get that reverse handoff. Then Bryce fakes the throw. You got a lot of things going on in the backfield there, allowing Samaj to pick up 6.
2nd down and 4 for the Wolverines. Marshall off the right hip of Bryce Underwood. Bredesen put in motion. Snap, hand off to Marshall, running to his left. He's got the first down inside the 35 with extra effort down to the 34-yard line. Move the chains for the Wolverines.
Pulled big Jake Warnera. This is where you're looking at the success that they had last week with gap blocking plays and schemes. They bring in Jake Warnera across the formation. Max Bredesen is the guy that follows along behind him, clearing the way, and no secret behind that sauce.
1st and 10 Michigan. Spartans go wholesale changes defensively from the MSU 34-yard line. 3 tight ends to the right for Michigan. Snap, hand off to Marshall. He's got some room running right, carrying tacklers inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. A gain of 7 on first down for the redshirt freshman out of Westchester, Ohio.
This time they've got Jalen Hoffman and Max Bredesen in the formation. They got them both in a wing position on the right. They're the ones that pull around to the left, taking the defense's eyes, and they bring in Jordan Marshall off to the right.
Andrew Marsh checks back into the game. He's to the right on a tight formation. Bredesen and Hoffman out there as well as a snap, and they're going to roll out. Bryce Underwood looking downfield. He's going to throw it away out of the back of the end zone, and we get a flag in there.
He held him all the way down the field.
Yeah, they could say, I mean, if it's holding, it doesn't matter if Bryce threw it away.
From 10 yards into the route all the way down the field, he held him.
They're talking about it, whether or not it's holding or PI. If it's PI, they could say it's uncatchable. But if it's holding, and Jason, you said it was holding.
Well, that pass it wasn't pass interference in the end zone. That ball was clearly uncatchable.
There is no foul for pass interference. Pass is uncatchable.
Snodgrass.
Yeah, well, Snodgrass missed that one.
Well, the officials got together in the end zone. And, Jason, you said it was a hold.
Yeah, starting maybe 5 yards down the field, the guy was beaten. He just started holding the entire time. And toward the end, he let go, but it was over by then.
This is 3rd down and 3 for Michigan. Ball's in the center of the field from the Spartan 27-yard line. Justice Haynes back in there. Wolverines 2 receivers split to the right, 1 to the left. Underwood in a shotgun, takes the snap. They're going to roll him out to the right. He's going to throw it back left to Haynes. He's got to make a man miss, and he does. 30, 25, down the far sideline, inside the 15, and run out of bounds at the Spartan 13-yard line. Jordan Hall, the man that got him out of bounds. Great play call there. They rolled out Bryce to the right, threw a screen back to the left. The gain of 14 on 3rd and 3.
And I love the analogy that Jason said just a few weeks ago. That was a free throw. He did a nice job of laying that one out there for Justice Haynes to go get it, and then it was all up to the blockers at that point.
Yeah, you always have to make one miss, and Justice Haynes did that. That's what you have to do in order to make a successful play.
One trip into the red zone produced a field goal. The Wolverines are back there, leading 3-0, 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Snap, and it's going to be Bryce Underwood, quarterback keeper, running to his left. 10-5, Bryce Underwood to the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Bryce Underwood extends the lead to 9-0 here in East Lansing.
And that's the exact same play they ran on that first drive where I mentioned, hey, he handed the ball off. He's watching that edge on the defense. If they crash down at all, he's going to keep it, does a great job of reading the defense. They crash down, he keeps it, runs around the edge for a touchdown.
Dominic Zavada on for the extra point. Greg Tarr will send it back. And Beckham Sunderland will hold it. Let's go blue now, echoing throughout this stadium. Clean snap, ball's put down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Zavada now 25 out of 25 on the year on PATs. Wolverines use a 14-yard touchdown run from Bryce Underwood, brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 10-0 Michigan, 3:58 to go, first quarter. This is Michigan football. Check that. We'll go to our studios and Rob Joyce with an update on the scoreboard from around the country. Hi, Rob.
Hey, Doug. Just one other game going on in the Big Ten. Kind of a quirky score in Eugene. Midway through the second quarter, Oregon and Wisconsin, there is no score. 0-0, 6:30 to go till halftime. Out west, everything else was earlier today. Indiana got a pick six on the second play from scrimmage and never looked back. 56-6, the final over UCLA and Bloomington. In a de facto elimination game between two lost teams, Washington pulled away in the second half, defeating Illinois 42-25. Iowa ran roughshod over Minnesota 41-3. Hawkeyes the final. Nebraska outlasted Northwestern 28-21 in Lincoln, and Rutgers used 2 field goals in the final 70 seconds to slip past Purdue 27-24. Nationally going on right now. Top 20 matchup in the SEC, 7-7 the score in Death Valley between Texas A&M and LSU. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. At the half, number 9 Miami off a loss last week, tied with Stanford at 7. And earlier today, number 10 Vandy held off 5th-ranked Missouri 17-10. Number 8 Ole Miss used a couple of late scores to defeat 13th-ranked Oklahoma 34-26. We'll go more in depth on the games earlier today. Give you the first half highlights from our game and more during the halftime show driven by Jermaine Alexis of Ann Arbor. For now, back to East Lansing, guys.
That drive, 7 plays, 63 yards, over 3 minutes and 18 seconds, and a Bryce Underwood touchdown run gives Michigan a 10-0 lead on the season. That is his 3rd touchdown run, and Michigan leads at 10-0 here in East Lansing. Spartans needed a good start. The Wolverines are the team that got it.
Yeah, and when you think about the Michigan State offense, obviously they fumble on that first drive, and it's nothing stalls a drive like a fumble. And then it's 3 plays, minus 8 yards, 3 plays, no yards. I mean, right now they've got 1 yard of total offense.
John, dating back to halftime of the Nebraska game. So we're moving in on 11 quarters now for Michigan State. Their defense has forced 4 punts, 2 turnovers on downs, 1 interception, 14 touchdowns, 5 field goal attempts.
Jeez. It's and so I like what Chip Lindsey is doing right now in regards to he's keeping the Michigan State defense on their toes. We've seen a nice long pass to Andrew Marsh, the pass interference to Donovan McCulley, and then mixed in there is a couple of 7-yard runs by Jordan Marshall, a couple of nice runs by Justice Haynes, a reverse to Samaj. Like, he's really doing a nice job of changing things up. The only thing I would say, they get down inside the red zone there, just like they scored on the Bryce Underwood run. That opening drive, run on first down, then pass, have to kick the field goal.
Beckham Sunderland will kick off, and the Spartans will let this one sail 4 yards deep in the end zone, and once again, Michigan State will take over from the 25-yard line, looking for their first down in this game. We talked about what you liked offensively. Defensively, Wink Martindale has got his guys flying around tonight. Great job in coverage downfield as well.
And, they really haven't brought a blitz. They brought one on that last third down. They brought Ernie right up the middle. Other than that, they've been trying to apply pressure with either 4 down linemen or 5 down linemen, but they've been relying on that coverage just to say, hey, let's go blanket and not allow anything downfield.
2 receivers stacked to the right for MSU. They put Jack Velling in motion, and they'll hand it off to Frazier running left. He cuts back and finds a hole out to the 30-yard line, just shy of it. And he gains 4.5 on first down.
Jimmy Roller doing a nice job of filling gaps. This is where that defense needs to be. I talk about the discipline on the outside. The discipline on the inside comes from making sure that you stay in your gap, taking on 2 blockers, trusting the linebackers are going to come up and make plays.
Second down and a long 5 for MSU. Ball just shy of the 30. Childs in a shotgun. Takes the snap. We'll hand it off to Frazier again, running left, and he's got a first down. Flag flies in out to the 36-yard line. Let's see what this flag is about.
I actually think this might be a high-low backside if it's not a hold.
Personal foul, illegal helmet contact, hands to the face, offense, number 72. 15-yard penalty, first down, second down.
That's Caleb Carter, and that is a costly penalty. It wipes Michigan State's first down off the board and backs them up and puts them behind the chains.
That must have been pretty blatant because that's their right guard, and that's a call that is rarely made against an offensive lineman.
Did you ever get that one called on you?
Oh, well, yeah, he had a full grip on Trey Williams' face mask. I'm sure I had it at some point. Falsely accused at that.
As always?
Yeah, as always. It wasn't me.
Second down and 20 for MSU. Ball's backed up on there. It's actually second down and 17. The scoreboard says second and 20. Back to passes. Childs, here comes the rush. He's in trouble, and down he goes. It's Jimmy Rolder back at the Spartan 6-yard line, and the Wolverines come through with their first sack of the game here. A loss of 12 on second and 17.
Yeah, and all they're doing is occupying bodies up front. I mentioned that one blitz that they brought from Ernie. This time it's Jimmy Rolder, and honestly, this is just him beating the guard. Nice move by Jimmy Rolder.
Ball's on the 6. It's third down and Roscommon here for MSU. They're going to hand it off to Frazier running left, and a capitulation move. Of course, Michigan gave up a first down on one of these against USC. And he gets across the 10 out to the 13 before he's dropped. And here come the Boo Birds, and the Spartans will be forced to punt. And a Wolverine is slow to get up. That's Cole Sullivan. I want to see that.
No, definitely don't want to see that. That's obviously one of the most talented, deepest position that Michigan has. But Cole has been extremely vital in the success of this defense. Had that interception last week.
What is Michigan State's total yardage now after that possession?
Hold on, I'm sending the Jansen vision. Their total offense right now is 19 yards. Sorry, check that, 16 yards.
I'm surprised it's in the positive.
Yeah.
They continue to work on Cole Sullivan, who's down on one knee at the 12-yard line down there. Jason, we'll get an update from you. This kid is turned into something special. He started to stand out in the spring. Jerome Moore mentioned that he made an interception in a practice, just went high and pulled it out of the sky, and he said, who was that? And it's this redshirt freshman linebacker out of Pittsburgh who eats, drinks, and breathes football.
Yeah, and he is as natural a linebacker as you're going to find. And it's so great that because he is just a younger version of Jay Sean. We've seen them use Cole on the edge like they use Jay Sean. And, you know, to have that talent at the linebacker position and as deep as they are.
Yeah, that one doesn't look good, fellas. They're kind of holding his arm for him as he walks off the field.
Like that. Andrew Marsh is deep for Michigan to return this punt. The freshman standing on his own 37-yard line. It's 10-0 Michigan. We're inside of 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Eckley's in his own end zone. Snap, and he puts his right foot into it. Marsh ranges over to his right now. The ball dies. He tells everyone to get away. It takes an MSU bounce inside the 35, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. A good Spartan roll there, and the Wolverines will take over with this 10-0 lead.
Yeah, when you got a young guy back there, you always want to know, okay, what decision is he going to make? I thought that was a great decision. Even when that ball hit the ground and started rolling to him, you could see that he wanted to go up and stop the roll, pick it up, but...
You know who was the best at running up and fielding short punts? Jabril Peppers.
Yeah.
He saved Michigan so many yards in hidden yardage by fielding short punts.
Yeah, and some of that coming, when you got Andrew Marsh back there, like Jabril did a great job of being able to read the ball off the punter's foot. You just need a little bit more time as a young player to be able to make that read and make that decision early and when to come up.
Justice Haynes back in there at running back. Snap, and they'll hand it off to Haynes, and a delayed handoff running right. He's got some room across the 35 and out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 on first down. Minute 30 to go, first quarter, 10-0 Michigan. Wolverines with the football again.
Boy, I tell you what, they are really setting themselves up for some nice play-action passes because that offensive line is firing off the ball right now. They're getting good push. And as soon as that starts happening, you draw those linebackers up, and there's a lot of room in that secondary to pick and choose which receiver you want to throw the ball to.
3 receivers, 2 to the left. That's Channing Goodwin and Andrew Marsh. To the right is Donovan McCulley. Snap and handoff to Justice Haynes, who gets across the 40. A flag flies in. It'll be 3rd and 2, but we await this call. I'm not optimistic, John.
No.
Holding. Offense, number 51, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Greg Crippen.
Cripps had his struggles in there early on here. We saw him get pushed back a little bit in a couple of drives ago. That one, when you get out of position, you get off balance, the first thing you're going to do is grab, thinking maybe at the center position, there's enough bodies in there, you might be able to get away with something, and that's a vet trying to make a vet move.
Cole Sullivan headed to the locker room, you guys.
It's unfortunate. 2nd down and 15 for Michigan. Underwood takes the snap, back to pass. Gets it to McCulley, and it's incomplete. Tried to set up a wide receiver screen. Spartans weren't fooled at all. It goes through McCulley's hands and falls to the turf. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, thankfully it fell to the turf. That one was in jeopardy after it goes off McCulley's hands. But honestly, it's probably best that it did. I think he might have lost a yard or 2 if he had caught the ball.
3rd down and 15 for Michigan. They got to get it across the Spartan 42-yard line.
And this is going to be about communication up front. Are they going to bring a blitz? Doesn't appear that they are. They're only going to rush 4.
Underwood takes the snap, hands it off to Justice Haynes across the 30, and he slips as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 32-yard line, and Michigan will be punting it back to MSU.
That was a very safe call.
We got hit for 26 or 40, 49 at USC with a very safe call. You
That's
never
true.
know what happened.
That was a 3rd down and forever.
Yeah, 3rd and 26, wasn't it?
Yep. Hudson Hollenbach will punt. His first punt sailed into the end zone. Amari Kelly standing on his own 27-yard line as Hollenbach gets off a good punt, backing Kelly up inside the 20, and he fields it at the 15. Across the 20, and he's tripped up by Elijah Dotson as he gets across the 25 out to the 27. And that's where the Spartans will take over, as that also brings us to the end of the first quarter. It's 10-0 Michigan here in East Lansing. Spartans with the football back when we continue. This is Michigan football from Learfield.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the field, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
This is your home for the Hometown Call, the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
Michigan fans, choose chill and celebrate responsibly. 21 means 21. Coors Light, choose chill 2025. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer. All right, John Jansen, first quarter stats. Michigan 7 first downs, Michigan State none. Michigan 108 yards of total offense, Michigan State 14. When you add the second half, or the fourth quarter rather, for Washington and the first quarter here for Michigan State, the last 2 quarters, Michigan's defense has given up a total of 6 yards.
Yeah, 6 yards.